Courts, courts of law, courts, government, whatever. Let's normalize recording people without their consent. Because how are we going to prove the things that we say if we just ask people for their consent to record them before we do that? Because people, offenders, abusers, pedophiles, whatever, they're never going to give us the consent to record them. So it just ruins the purpose because you know the questions that you ask when we tell you, when we accuse somebody of the things that they do. Okay, so where's your proof? How am I going to provide proof if I don't record people without their consent? How am I going to provide proof if I don't record people without their consent? The only time we should need people's consent to record people is when I put that stuff online. Okay, I should need their consent to put their information online. But when it comes to recording people, audio recording, video recording, we should not need their consent to record them if we're gonna need proof to prove the accusations that the accusations that we put against them. One of my staff members tried to confront me about, oh, you have no right to record me without my consent. No, I'm gonna do that anyway. I don't care. Because court be asking me for proof. Like, how else am I gonna provide that? Like, you gotta let people show their true colors on camera before they know that you're recording them. You just don't put their information online. If judges are going to be asking me for proof, of the accusations that I put on people, then I'm going to be recording without their consent, whether they like it or not, because that's the only way that I'm going to be doing it. That's the only way that I'm going to provide proof. I let them show their true colors in camera or in audio, and then they know, and then I let them know that they were recording, because I'm never going to have their consent. I'm never going to have their consent. They don't want their true colors revealed. So the best thing I could do is just not put it in public. Like, government, judges, like, we should normalize recording and putting people on audio without their consent. Because now you're just against, like, providing proof that y'all asked for when we accuse people of something. Like, judges, do you want proof or not? Make up your mind. Like, no, nothing personal, but make up your mind. Do you want proof of the accusations that you asked for or not? Like, because if you're going to be asking for proof of what we say about the other party, about the other opponent or whatever, then we're going to be recording that person without the consent. Like, we let them show their true colors first on camera before they know that they're being recorded. Like, y'all be giving criminals more rights than actual innocent people. And then you'd be wondering why we take matters into our own hands, even if it's illegal. Like, I get it's illegal to do that stuff, but sometimes we gotta do the illegal, sometimes we gotta take matters into our own hands and do the illegal stuff, because it's like, you're not really giving us a choice but to do that thing. You're not giving us a choice but to take matters into our own hands. Because you're giving more criminals more rights than innocent people. Like, let's normalize recording and let's normalize recording people without their consent, not only publicly but privately. Because people be getting away with too much crap. I don't care what the law says. Y'all judges be asking for proof when I be accusing people of something. And this is how I do it. There's no other way. This is no other way to prove it. This is no other way for me to prove it. Like, there's no other way for me to prove myself. Every time I let my mom know that she's being recorded, she all of a sudden acts all innocent and be acting all proper, like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. Like, all of a sudden she knows how to act right. This is why letting people know that they being recorded before while they were being recorded is just useless. This is why you shouldn't let people know that they're being recorded when you record them. You should just record them, let them show their true colors, and then once they know they're being recorded, that is when, like, how do I say this? That is when, how do I say this? That is when, that is how you prove yourself to judges, to authorities, and etc. Like, here's the thing. Don't be like judges. Don't be asking me for proof of nothing if you do not like it when people be recording people without their consent. Y'all want proof of everything, but y'all don't even like it when we actually defend ourselves at the same time. Like, what do you want? Y'all want proof, but y'all don't like it when we actually do provide the proof. Like, what do you want from us? Like, no, I'm taking matters into my own hands, and I'm going to provide the proof to defend myself, whether you like it or not. Too much criminal entitlement going on here that it's even against the law to even provide the proof that judges ask for. How does that make any sense?